and welcome to today's tutorial. Today we are going to discuss about div. Div stands for content division element, and we are going to also override the default setting that may affect the function or proper function of the div as opposed to what you may need the div to function. And lastly, we note, or we should take in the mind, that div does not work or do anything unless it's used with CSS. Without further ado, let's get started. Now let's open our server. Let's follow this link and we open our previous server. It was like that. Then we can come here and open something. For example, we can come to templates and home, and here we can say this is welcome home, and instead of welcome home I can write here my name. My name is Murichalo, and I can also do H1 or P, and I say web developer, a web developer. So when you Control S and refresh, you see it's okay. Let me get rid of this blue color. It's very uncouth. Let me get rid of it. Get rid of it. Control S to save the changes and refresh. If you realize it's not refreshing, you had refresh by holding down Shift key and clicking on refresh button like that. Okay, now this is H1 and as you can see here is H2 and paragraph. Now, to know how div functions, we just need to make this inside a div. So let's create div first of all, and our div, we can just say div and then we enter, we click enter, and div has created itself like that. Now div on its own, it doesn't have any functionality, and the div like that, when you just come here and Control S to save the changes, and you come and refresh the page, nothing is going to change, because the div, unless it is either something is inside it, do not function, as we have seen. Still, div can have height. Divs can have height, but they have default width. And also, they can also take the height of what is inside them. For example, let's make this div have background of let's give this div background color of this blue violet or brown. Control, save the changes, refresh until nothing. But if we give it a height, for example, we give it height, and this height we give it like 36 pixel, and control save. You can see now that is the height, that 6 pixels. And we can still take away this color. We can still take away this height, and we want it to take the height of our whatever it is inside the div. And when you come here, we find the div is empty, and we take in these two things here, paste, and therefore now inside the div there is two H1 and P2, but they have the width of their own. So if you Control S and you save the changes also in this, you will see that the div has got this height of the two things. But now the div is a bit away from, it's not taking the whole width viewport of the page, the web page. Why is that? Now this is we can fix this one through either let me show something. I can come here and show inspect, and when you come here you can see clearly that this is a mansion, and that mansion height, see, that is border, and that is H1. So you can see the H1 has got its own margin. H1 has got its own top, and H1 has got its top and bottom margin. So to get rid of this, you can as well come here and you see div CH2. See, it cannot go touch the top. It has got margin of margin top, margin bottom, but we want our div to take whole page or sides, and still the body has got margin. Can you see the body? This one has got also margin. So to get rid of the margins, so that our div can be taking whole of the viewport, we need to do something very simple, and that is coming here and target the body, and when target body, we say body, and give the body the margin 0. When we Control S and refresh the page, you see, let me close also this one. You see the margin is 0, but there is still the top part that is margin that is not there in the top part of the margin. You see, we can also get rid of that margin so that it can get up, because the body, we have said it has got the default CSS which give margin by default, and also the H1 has also the default, and H2 all headings they have the default set styled, so we can overwrite them. And the heading, we can overwrite margin, and we need margin top. The margin top we get it, we need it to be 0, no margin to on the top. Then we Control S and we check the page, refresh it again. You see it is now covering all 4 sides: the start, the end, the top, and the bottom. Now the other thing that is remaining is just to check if you want also to make it margin bottom like that, to 0. See what will happen. No big deal. It has got, even this one has got, is a pre-style device, but that was just for you to understand. If you don't see anything working for you well, you can always remember that. And that come our end of today's lesson. So when we meet next time, we shall continue to learn about the CSS model box. Meet you then, and thank you.